There is a very good reason why all of your diets have crashed, and it's not your discipline. Watch this.
I did the keto diet recently for about 2 months. Now, I lost so much weight. More weight than I've ever lost in my life. I gained so much weight back. I think I gained a little bit more back. I think I gained a stone and a bit back.
Every single diet that you ever heard about, in essence, has two components. First, it's about reducing the calories that you take in, and second, it's about what you eat. Theoretically, it's very simple. Fun fact, there has been over 170 years of weight loss and obesity research, yet we have an obesity epidemic. If you are overweight and you work in a typical office job, typically you don't move much, you sit most of the day. And now you want to lose weight, like 20, 30 kilogram, 40, 50 pounds. Maybe there's even some new fancy diet that you want to try out. So you do that. And it works great for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then, boom. You gain all the weight back on, and probably even more. So why is that? Why do you keep on gaining weight? And why is there this huge industry that keeps on telling that it's your fault? You're just not disciplined enough. And what is that insight that scientists found out years ago, which they are not telling you about? Well, think of this morning for breakfast. How many food decisions did you have to make? 10? Less than 10? In 1998, the scientist called Roy Baumeister conducted a range of experiments focusing on ego depletion and self-control, finding out that self-control actually is a finite resource. The key finding out of these studies is that you have to actually look at your self-control like a battery, the willpower battery. The willpower battery goes empty with the number of decisions that you make during a day. That is why people like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg famously wear the same outfit every single day after learning about this insight. The idea is simple. If you wear the same thing every day, you don't drain any of your willpower and decision-making battery for something so mundane like your daily outfit when you have much more important things to do, like leading a billion-dollar company. Let's look at the second reason why your diets are probably failing. The trigger, try it. Think of this. You just had a very long conversation over Zoom or Teams. 1.5 or 2 hours of constant pretending that you're listening, waiting to answer a question that may be addressed at you, or maybe you're just bored hanging out looking at your phone all day. All of these different things can be triggers that make you eat. Oftentimes, it's a very subtle and unconscious thing that happens in your brain. You don't even notice it because you have conditioned your brain over years and years to just act that way. I personally couldn't pass a package of chocolate that was laying in the kitchen without having to eat it. Just seeing it and knowing it is in my home so I can just eat it, I ate it, regardless of whether I was hungry or not paying any attention to my food intake that day. I would simply eat it. Let's look at another common reason why your diets are probably failing. I call it the rebound gap. But what is that? The rebound gap is the dangerous stretch of time right after you finish a strict diet, but before you've built sustainable eating habit. During this gap, two curves cross in opposite directions. Usually what happens right after your diet is that you have a metabolic slowdown and your hunger hormones go up, which create these mental cravings. At the same time, your new habit muscles are still very weak, which is why they are struggling to work against that hunger. In the weeks after that, your hunger is still high and your metabolism is still suppressed, and your habits are only starting to really form. Only if you successfully manage to cross that gap of a couple of weeks after the diet, your hunger starts to normalize and your habits start to solidify, if you manage the gap well. But why is it happening? Well, there are 4 reasons for that. The first one is your metabolic adaptation. After aggressive calorie cuts, your body burns much less calories at rest. You're in some kind of survival mode. The second reason are your hunger hormones, namely ghrelin, which makes you hungry, stays elevated for weeks after the diet, and leptin, which keeps you full, is relatively low. Reason number 4 is your psychology. If you've been following very hard rules, like let's say no carbs at all, and then all these hard rules disappear, you again have a high level of decision fatigue. Plus, you oftentimes will have this I deserve a treat type of thinking. You will feel like you want to reward yourself with chocolate or cake or ice cream. Reason number 4 is your environment. Friends, family, colleagues, and social routines are usually the same as pre-diet. So it's very easy for you to fall back to old habits. So put these things together. You are hungrier than you were before, burning fewer calories, and you're surrounded by the same food cues as you were before. So you have the perfect storm to regain all the weight and oftentimes even more. Okay, but how can you cross that gap safely? Here are 4 strategies. Strategy number 1, transition calories slowly. Add around 250 to 300 calories max week after week and let your metabolism and your hormones recalibrate. Strategy number 2, lock your habits. Keep a few anchor behaviors like protein-rich breakfast or a daily step goal so your structure doesn't disappear overnight.
If you're seeing this thinking, who the fuck is this guy? I'm not a dietitian, a coach, or a food expert. I'm just a guy who, like you, struggled to lose weight until I found something that works for me. I was going through the cycles of losing weight and gaining weight for the last 15 years until I actually found something that works for me. It is based on a clinically proven methodology to lose weight in a short amount of time and keep it off long term through lifestyle change. So I've built a 6-month app-based weight loss program out of that you can join too. Check out foreverbetter.app.
Strategy number 4, track your triggers for at least 4 weeks. Everybody says you should be logging your calories, but log your triggers instead. Find out what are the cues that make you want to eat. Logging how stress, boredom, or social cues make you eat lets you patch leaks before flooding. And strategy number 4, plan your treats. Don't earn them. Don't look at your food like a reward system. Instead, schedule high-calorie meals. So if you know that on Friday evening you're going out for pizza and maybe ice cream, eat a little less during the week and make sure you schedule those high-calorie meals. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see how I help 2 startup founders transform their lives by losing a lot of weight in a very short amount of time, watch this video and watch that video. See you, bye. Oh, damn, before I forget, I got 24 weeks to start a startup from zero. This is week 6. Subscribe to my channel to follow. Goodbye.